Morgan. This is Jacqueline LeBlanc from The Next. It's nice to meet you. I was wondering if you could tell me a little bit about your overseas experience, just the past 2 years, and what skills you bring from that experience to the Sun Camp.
Right. So my first season, I played overseas in Russia, and then in my second season, I played last year in Poland. And I think that it took a little bit of time adjusting to kind of the overseas style of play, but since with those adjustments, become a better shooter, a better pick and pop shooter, and also just when the defense is recovering, being able to read that and pass to my teammates, as well as hit that shot or drive to the basket. So I think my guard skills have gotten a lot better than how they were in college. And so there's still a lot of things that I can improve on. So I'm excited to be at this camp and to get to learn from some vets.
Thank you. Rocky?
Yeah, you mentioned you played overseas a few times. How important was it for you to decide to play overseas prior to coming to the WNBA?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's the like a step from college, and then you get this step to going overseas, being on your own in a foreign country, and then also trying to adjust to maybe a different style of play than how you did in college, or just more physical, more skilled players. So I think that was a step going overseas, and then coming back and trying to apply what you learned overseas to in this camp where these are some of the best players in the entire world that you're playing against. So it's not necessarily the same vibe where, overseas you're kind of a leader. Sometimes here, when you're coming from overseas into the training camp, you have to learn from your veterans and follow from your veterans and learn how to apply the things that you learned overseas, but also learn some new things when you get here.
Charlotte?
Morgan, Charlotte Carroll from The Athletic. It's nice to meet you. Speaking of camp, what has that been like for you to be with the Sun this season, and what have you learned so far?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a great opportunity. I think there's a lot of stuff that translates the style of play that translates from overseas to kind of in their style of play here. It's a lot of ball screens. It's a lot of reading each other. And so, yeah, it's been exciting just to kind of learn more about this style, learn from the returners, kind of defensive gaps, getting in help. This is a very help team. So it's been nice to kind of work on the defensive side of things as well. Overseas, you're not focusing as much on defense. And so to come here and to kind of work more as a team to get the flow down and to, just cover up these gaps, help each other out, and then work on that team aspect.
Jacqueline?
So from day one to today, what are some things that you think the group who was here, last Sunday has improved on over the last week?
I think that we've just gotten a lot more comfortable with each other and comfortable with the situation in general. Coming to camp is hard. You have to learn a lot of things really fast. You have to learn plays or your defensive strategy. So it's hard to come in and have to learn so fast, but still, be able to show what you're capable of. And so I think that we've just gotten over the week, gotten a lot more comfortable with each other, a lot more comfortable with the situations. We've learned the plays, we're relying more on each other. So I think that with that comfort level, there's less turnovers, you can play more and just have a better flow both on offense and on defense once you get to know your teammates a little bit, once you get to know the system a little bit, and it becomes a little more natural. So I think that that's where we're at right now. We're still making mistakes, we still have a lot to learn, but I think with the returners coming back as well, that really helps to set the pace and to kind of have that strength in having someone knowing exactly what they're doing in that leadership role.